A lot of people say, hey, when I'm successful, I'll give. And really, it's being able to give before you're successful, and I think that will lead to more success. So that first year, we were able to raise a lot of the funds because I had no money. I'm $100,000 in student loan debt, living in my grandma's basement, 2 months into business, barely profitable. I don't think we would have the success today if we didn't make that investment. Oftentimes it's an investment in time, it's an investment in your influence, and an investment in your resources. So you don't have to have any money today to have a massive impact on your community. The best owners are resourceful. They get creative. They see the big goal and then they ask, how can we do this? How do we make this happen? And then solutions happen.
Welcome to the Fitness CEO Podcast, a show dedicated to helping fitness entrepreneurs launch and grow successful gyms. Here's your host, Bryce Henson.
Something you hit about, like that bigger, than any individual person. What would you say? I mean, obviously your heart is gold. So for those of you who don't know Matt, I mean, he's a hard-charging entrepreneur. I've been in the trenches with him for 10 years, and he can be a little crusty and direct at times, but the guy has a big heart, a heart of gold. So obviously you lead with that, right? But I'm curious, from a business perspective, what would you say is like the biggest cultural impact, like in a very positive way, that this has had and will have, on your locations?
Anyone can give a great workout, right? And right now, like, fitness in some aspects has become a commodity. So how do you separate yourself from just being a gym? Like, if you're just a gym, you can be kind of successful, but you need to be more than a gym to really create raving fans and people being proud of being a part of your facility. Like, our clients are proud of being a part of FitBody. It's not because we have the best 30-minute workouts under the sun. It's not just because we have great coaches. It's because of the impact that we have inside of the community. They know that when they support us, they're also supporting their community as well. So it's, from a team perspective, from a client's perspective, being more than just a gym is massively important. I really think that's a big part of our success. And I think one of the reasons why I've had the success that I've had is because that is at the very foundation. I've always said results, relationships, and community. Those are our three pillars at our locations. And it's the community aspect and the relationships that get people to stay. And part of that is, how do they feel about us? If you're giving back to your community and you're the only gym that's giving back to your community, how do you think they're going to feel about you? And do you think they're going to bring their friends and their family and everybody in because they really love the place that they're doing business with? We're local businesses. People want to give their money to people they like, know, and trust. And by creating some type of charitable giving that's tied to your business, just increases the like, know, and trust factor with your team and with your clients.
And I think, from my lens, Matt, sometimes gym owners can be a little short-sighted in that because it's a cost. I'm curious actually to uncover what that looks like in terms of the investment you made, initially to get off the ground, but really playing the long game. If you invest in your team, if you invest in your community, that's going to pay dividends in the long term. And we've always said this, we're in a people business, and at Domination Workshop, was your workshop a few weeks ago, you kind of came to this realization that, yeah, we are in the people business, but we're actually in the motion business because people are just emotional beings. So to be able to create that emotional connection, I just think it's just absolutely mission critical.
A lot of people say, hey, when I'm successful, I'll give. And really, it's being able to give before you're successful, and I think that will lead to more success. So it's not waiting until you make a lot of money. Making that a foundation of who you are and how you do business, I think, is incredibly important. So that first year, we were able to raise a lot of the funds because I had no money. I'm $100,000 in student loan debt, living in my grandma's basement, 2 months into business, barely profitable, right? And now we're going to sponsor a bunch of kids for Christmas, but I don't think we would have the success today if we didn't make that investment. Oftentimes it's an investment in time, it's an investment in your influence, and an investment in your resources. A lot of the money we raise comes directly from other people. So our investment is our human resources of our team. Obviously we put in some money as well, but really it's raising that money from our clients, from our community. So you don't have to have any money today to have a massive impact on your community. So every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. This was a massive investment to do this event. It was around $40,000 to do the event. But in hindsight, a lot of it, the sponsors are covering it. So being able to get massive sponsors to cover that so that every dollar raised and donated actually goes straight to the children. So again, it's not, so many people wait until they think they have the resources, but it's about being resourceful. So just the way we've been successful over our charity is the same reason why we've been successful inside of our business. And there's a correlation. We coach the top Fit Body Bootcamp owners. The best owners are resourceful. They get creative. They see the big goal, and then they ask, how can we do this? How do we make this happen? And then solutions happen.